Hi and a huge welcome to the channel. Today is going to be one of the best reviews of the MSR Mutha Hubba 3-man tent you've ever seen. But we're going to start off by showing you the tent we used for the 2,000 kilometre walk from John O'Groats to Land's End. This is also an MSR, it's the Elixir 2. And what I'm going to do is actually film the tent, Michelle and I putting this up. We haven't used this tent in probably 2 to 3 years, not once. So you can see how easy we just get into the groove of putting this tent up. I think we can do it and show you it in real time, and the tent will be put up in what?
5 minutes?
5 minutes maximum. So let's see how that pans out for us. This tent was absolutely fantastic for Michelle and I. We loved it. There was one small caveat, I would say, and it really wasn't a problem, but space. We would like a little more space. So we've decided to go for the MSR, the slightly bigger brother of this tent, the MSR Mutha Hubba. I keep wanting to say Mother Hubbard. The Mutha Hubba 3-man tent. Now the reason we've gone for the Mutha Hubba is because although it's actually bigger, we're going to have more space in this tent, and we haven't put it up yet. So you're going to be seeing us put it up in real time. Bit of mud in there from the joggle. Let's get this frame up. Come to camera, Michelle. I would say that was 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Not bad, eh?
And we haven't had this tent out for 2 years,
At least,
3 years.
at least.
And it's set up. And now the actual vestibule here is all ready to chuck our gear into here so we can get it out of the rain, out of the elements. Now, do we want to show how it can be unpegged and moved really easily if you decide you've got it in the wrong spot? Yeah. Might as well. So if I pull out the vestibule pegs, so if we take these corners off, for example, just take the corner pins out, and say you found you're on the wrong spot.
You find a lump.
Yeah, you're on a lump. You can actually lift this tent and just relocate it. And actually what we're going to do, because this is about the Mutha Hubba 3-man tent, let's put the Elixir over here, out of the way. And there is many a time when Michelle and I never peg the tent down, because once you've got your bags, your sleeping bags and your bodies in there, that tent's going nowhere. It doesn't need pinning out, even on a windy night. But yeah, we generally pin the corners out and the vestibules if we need to. Actually, so you can see what I'm talking about, Michelle's going to get the actual Mutha Hubba. I want to say Mother Hubbard. Just come in a little closer. So it's in this bag. It's almost like a dry sack. Not particularly well cinched down, so I think you could make this a bit smaller. And the poles are the width of the bag. So what we tend to do is take the poles out of the bag and put them in a different part of the pack. Maybe Michelle will carry the poles, I'll carry the tent. This 3-person tent is as small, if not smaller, than the Elixir 2-person tent, but it's going to give us all the extra space. What I thought we'd do is go blind. We haven't opened this yet. We haven't tried to erect it at all. So Michelle and I are going to, this has actually got the ground sheet in as well, I believe. So we're going to try and erect this for you here in real time and see if we can get it up in a similar time to the Elixir. Now, bear in mind that quite often when we were wild camping, it was raining. It was bugs all over the place. It was in the middle of a farmer's field at night, and we were still able to get this thing up, sometimes even quicker. I think we could get that Elixir up in 2 minutes.
Get it pegged out
on a rainy day when we had to get all our bags inside. And we could actually put the fly sheet on that one and kind of build from the inside, so we could put the fly sheet on and erect the tent from the shelter if it was really windy. And I think you'd probably be able to do the same. We're not going to do that here today. We're going to put this up properly. Now, we may not get this put up exactly. I'm going to pop these under. We can always undo them and adjust them. Whoops.
Okay, and it's got things to attach to the poles.
I'm going to put these pegs in my pocket because I haven't got the use for them at the moment. What we should do is let's just take this out and turn it so the doors are facing.
Okay, I've got to put this last one in. It's not in yet.
Okay. Okay. let's just get the ground, come around the front here, hold the ground sheet, and then let's just lift it and swing it round if it will. The ground sheet may buckle. We'll get used to how that's done. You go around and just do up anything you can find that you feel needs doing, Michelle.
Okay, I think these should have probably been done before we cinched up. So I'll just undo one. Okay, so we have to do the 4 top ones before we do the bottom ones.
Okay, I'm going to pin out the vestibule at the back here, which on this model seems to be just one piece. And you just get you to peg those corners out, so we're not...
Yeah.
And that is it. It looks a bit...
Well, I think there's things to attach to the poles. So we didn't quite, I think there's under here. So before we cinch those, we have to do that. But if it's not windy, we don't have to.
Right. I would probably pin these out. That's all right. So we're starting to attract a lot of attention. This field apparently is very popular with the dog walkers. However long that took, would you say a little longer because we had to turn the tent?
Yeah, we weren't quite sure what went where.
But I reckon, I mean, you can see it's quite a bit bigger, but not particularly much higher. So I think if we open the vestibule now, there's a place there to, I'll bring the camera around so you can see. So I think what you would do is probably get some little guide ropes and tie these off. If it was windy, if it wasn't windy, the space between the tent and the sidewall pretty much, it doesn't tend to collapse in.
I'm liking it.
I'm liking it too. Let us see, I mean, if we were with all our bags and packs, what we would do if it was raining now, we would chuck all those in the vestibule, and then one of us would get inside.
Without your shoes.
Take your shoes off. And then, wow, this is huge. Look at the space in here. How you doing out there, Michelle?
I'm good.
Look at the space. So yes, I don't know, would you lay sideways in this? Oh, that's the tent pegs coming out my pocket. I don't know. I have seen people laying this way in the tent, so from sort of side to side, but it looks to me like you'd have a lot more space, maybe a little too much space, if you were to lie this way. Okay, let's have a little look. Oh, it's warm in here. If you were super warm, you can leave the fly off. We'll demonstrate that in a minute. So the hat isn't helping. It's a beautiful warm day.
I think you've got your long trousers on too.
Long trousers, I could zip those off. The weather has gone warm on us, so I'm going to zip off the trousers. I'm super warm now, Michelle, after doing that. So what I would suggest, with either one, the Elixir or this beautiful Mutha Hubba, what you can do is open both sides of the vestibule. So what I would ask Michelle to do is go in. We should get a nice through draft. Can you peg the vestibule and swing it right back, Michelle? Yeah. I think you probably could. And then would it tie back or?
Yep.
Oh, straight away.
Nice breeze.
Straight away there's a cool breeze coming through, which is beautiful. But if you're confident that it's not going to rain, we'll do this real time as well.
Right.
Pull that back like that.
Yeah.
Ooh. And if you do that, I got to take my shoes off again.
No shoes in the house.
All right. I don't think I've ever had the sun in my eyes in a tent. But yeah, if the nights, and so many times the nights have got way too hot for Michelle and I to even sort of we get stifled in the tent. You can half uncover it, a little spider there. So you can half uncover or completely take off the vestibule. I want to lay that way, but it's so hot. And then you can lay and look at the stars, but or get the sun in your face. Whew, it's a hot day. It gives us an idea how hot it can get even in the UK. So we might be using it in this configuration more often than not. So here it is, the well-used 3 months we lived in this tent, 3 months wild camping through the UK on the walk from the top of Scotland all the way down to the bottom west coast of England. And this tent is going to be going through a similar sort of regime. We're actually going to be taking this in the next few weeks, and we're going to be cycling the same route from the bottom of England and wild camping all the way up to the top of Scotland. So I quite like that configuration.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, so let's just go around the other side if you wouldn't mind.
We'll just zip this up quick.
Pull that vestibule back over. That's fairly simple to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we get the scale of the tent. You haven't seen it in the video so far, but there are these little metal stirrups on both tents on the corners, and they're actually, I think, colour coordinated. Is your one red or is it?
It's red.
They're all red. So I think on the Elixir they've got slightly different colours, but on these ones, so you just actually peg them to the bottom of each of the poles, and then if I take these tiny little lightweight pegs, find a loop, and we're back. And it's lovely soft ground here today, so I can push the pegs in with my toes. One thing we haven't got yet, because it's not always soft, we'll have to get ourselves a little mallet.
Hammer. So a little higher.
Is it a little bit higher?
I think so.
Let's peg this and just bring it alongside. I think the colour of this is faded.
Well, it was in some pretty rough weather.
Oh, sorry, hon, I didn't see that was more. Hold it by this little, that's how light it is. And let's just bring that alongside.
Where are you going, like that?
I think they're a similar height.
It's probably just down in a ditch.
Yeah, I think they're a similar height. So back over here, and we must have put this up more than 100 times over the period that we've had it. The Mutha Hubba is going to receive the same sort of attention. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do this one in our sleep.
Yeah. Once we know, now we know how it goes up.
Beautiful. So it's a very similar scale. It's just basically longer. It's longer by about a physical width of a human body. I've seen videos of people sleeping this way, but I think it might be a bit tight, even for me. I'm not particularly tall, but I'm not sure. We'll work that out. If we can go this way, I think you could get 4 people in there. We'll probably have more comfort, and we'll just find ourselves a couple of spots and get our bags inside.
Just we get a few bags inside, the rest go in the vestibules.
So what do you think, Michelle?
I love it. I think it's great.
Perfect.
Yep, that little bit more room. That's what we always wanted.
And it's super light. I can't remember how many kgs or pounds it is. I'll probably put that up on the screen, or you can, Google and find out for yourself. But the MSR Mutha Hubba is, they call it Mutha Hubba. It's called the Hubba if it's the smaller size. So the two-person and the one-person, I think they do a one-person. And that's called a...
That's called a hubba.
Hubba.
A hubba?
Oh, hubba, and a Mutha Hubba. I am going to be forever calling that the Mutha Hubbard. I don't know if everyone gets that reference, but Mutha Hubbard falls off my palate a lot easier. Anyway, that is the MSR Mutha Hubba. It's a beautiful tent. It's going to be fantastic to use. I hope you're going to join us. We're actually going to be reviewing these chairs, or if we haven't just done them in the last video, these are the Helinox chair wands. Also absolutely fantastic, and something you can't see in this video, another Helinox product, which is going to make this whole journey more enjoyable.
Yeah, more comfortable.
More comfortable and more entertaining for you, the viewers. So for Michelle and I, out in the wilderness, in a park, clearly
our own.
a dog walking park, now on our own. We must have had, we've probably had to take so many cuts. I don't know if I probably haven't filmed them. We've had to cut so many sections out where dogs have come and sort of moved in between us, and the owners have kind of...
What are you doing?
They've
Why are you
deliberately
here?
walked over though, haven't they?
They have.
Anyway, from Michelle and I in the wilderness, love to you all, and we will see you on the road in the next episode. Be good.
Bye.
You should be doing this, Michelle. It also has a hood, so you can, it's not...
Even when they're joined together, the two of us...
It's not going to happen.